Good evening and welcome to the video which I had said I will cover. As on Friday, I put out a tweet and I've even shared in the few groups which are there that I will be covering Zomato, as I had shared a picture of the holdings which I have in Zomato, and which showed an average entry price of 67 rupees and is currently trading at 95 rupees, giving a gain of roughly 41-42%. So I had said in the video, in the tweet, that I will be sharing what was my logic behind entering the stock, what I looked for, and why I was before this bearish, and what created the sudden shift from being bearish to being bullish. Now, how I'm going to look at it is only through the weekly chart, because that is what I use to analyze the stock, as I was never expecting Zomato to do wonders in a week. So I knew this is going to take at least 2 to 3 months to give a significant gain, and that is what happened. Now, when we look at the past investing.com articles I've written on Zomato, I covered it twice in investing.com, and most of 2022 I was writing bearish articles, and in the last one I'd given a price target of 62 rupees on one support, and the second was 50 rupees. Now, Zomato managed to go and hit both targets. Number one, it hit basically 62 rupees, then it went and hit 50 rupees, which is roughly here. So now, why didn't I go long when it hit that that price point here, and why did I wait to go long until April this year? Now, the main reason is, number one, when we hit 50 rupees, let's say in May 2022, and you see till Jan 2023, so basically nearly 8-9 months, we stayed in this zone. But this zone was erratic. You could see that the bars on the charts are all over the place. Let's say, for example, if you see after hitting, it did have a rise, and within a week, all the rise got wiped out. So there was too much erraticness, and this was being supported by the volume indicator I use, and I've also given clients. This is as I built a volume indicator which shows the bullish to bearish volume, and we could see here that during this phase, basically, the volume was all over the place. Then when this fall happened, we could see that the bears are back completely in control, as the bullish volume literally vanished. So when I started looking at Zomato in a bullish perspective is when we again touched 50, and we can see that the bullish volume number one has reached an all-time low for Zomato, as this level was seen basically around May 2022 when it made a low. This was the same level of bullish volume which was seen then and which is being seen now. Then after this, one of my quant indicators, which I'll maximize now, had a bullish crossover. This I've also given to clients, and you can see it had a bullish crossover, which showed that even though the bears were in control in the past weeks, that was over. Basically, that booked the what do you call this? Positions out, the weak hands, everyone was gone. All who had attempted here to make some money had run away. So now it's going to be fresh accumulation, which is going to happen, which was supported by the chart. As we saw the range narrowed, because let's say for here it was between 41 to you can say 72. There was a very wide range for stock that doesn't have FNO even. Right? Then here we see that the range basically shrunk from, let's say, 47 rupees to 57. It came from nearly a 30 rupee range to a 10 rupee range, and there was severe accumulation going on. And then we could see that also the bars on the chart started forming. They were mostly bullish, number one. Number two, they were resisting the bottom, which is a very positive sign for the stock. Now, why did I specifically start entering in April instead of entering around this phase? Because number one, only one indicator of mine had signaled along, which was the trending crossover. But the other indicators had not done that, as number one, you could see that the bearish volume was still significant. Then in the week ending 10th April 2023, we saw that the bulls came and had a very good comeback. From basically being less than 50% in the prior week, they came and the bullish volume had shot up nearly 72%. So that was an indication to start entering the stock as the accumulation was ending and it was warming up to have a rise. Then we can see with the indicator what happened after that, as the bullish volume just kept on spiking, spiking, spiking until this point, where last week we saw that we managed to reach to 95, and you can see that the bears have very, very low volume uh, in the build-up. Now, what do I expect of Zomato in the coming future? Also, before we go into that, we could see one of my other indicators which I've given clients had gone long at roughly 61 rupees. So this was a confirmation by all the indicators that this thing is going up, and it was basically just a fact of entering the boat as it rose. Now, as Zomato has reached 95 rupees, what I expect of the stock is that I expect it to have a lot of resistance at 99.9, as this is going to be a tough zone for it to crack. I said this number one indication which is showing the bearish volume has come too low. So basically the guys who are using the quant methods and everything, the big funds and everything, who are educated big funds, not the random ones which some exist here in India, they will start seeing this and this will scare them a bit, and there'll be some profit booking will start happening here. For example, I've kept a tight stop loss, so whatever happens, I've made a 41% gain, I should not go below 35%. So whatever happens, 35-36% gain, I will end up walking out with. So a lot of people will have either done the same, or they will have just plainly book out of the stock because it has reached a simple resistance. So this may be a quant resistance at 99.9, but there's a simple resistance at 95.20, which is, you can see this bar. So I expect here a lot of erratic results to come, but if it manages to take out 99.9, then it will go up to 114.5. However, it is overbought now, and it's going to be, at some point, it's going to have a pullback. So it will either be at this point or at this point. But if you have missed to buy Zomato all down there, do not enter now, because you will basically, even if it breaks out, it's going to reach a point, there's going to be then very heavy profit booking, and it's going to have to come back down. And I would say 85 to 87 will be a very good support for the stock as of now, if profit booking does come. So basically, how I expect the stock, I expect a lot of volatility to appear in the stock, which has not been there for the past few weeks, as the stock was having a steady rise, as is being shown by the chart, plus the indicators which I have built. So basically, that is all for Zomato. Do subscribe to the channel so you can be seeing videos like this more, as I'll be uploading more on specific stocks which I'm holding or which I'm looking at. And do like the video too. Thank you.